To mark the 200th anniversary of the founding of the town of Greece, the Greece Historical Society presents a Bicentennial Snapshot. Each week we take a look at a particular aspect of Greece history. Today we turn our attention to the Barnard and Lakeshore fire districts. Quote, early in 1927, a group of civic-minded citizens of the Barnard district, seeing the rapid growth of the section, decided that some form of fire protection was needed. This group set about to organize a fire department, and on April 14, 1927, this was realized by having the incorporation papers approved by the Greece Town Board. End quote. The firehouse was built in 1928 on land donated by George H. Clark. The district's approximate boundaries are Mount Read Boulevard on the west, Latta Road on the north, and the city of Rochester on the east and south. Their first piece of apparatus was a white truck, combination hose and chemical, purchased from the city of Rochester. The new company fought their first fire on February 4, 1928 at the McDonald residence on Wenhurst Drive. 25 to 30 firefighters responded to the fire. It was an all-volunteer company, but today is a combination of career and volunteer members. When Greece converted from constables to a police department in 1932, their headquarters were a room in the Barnard Fire Station. The police department moved to the town hall in the 1950s. The fire district operates from a single fire station approximately in the geographic center of their service area. The firehouse was expanded in 1999. At 3.7 miles, the Barnard Fire District serves the smallest geographic area in Greece, but it has the densest population at 5,536 per mile. At least one of the firefighters on duty each shift is a paramedic, and, quote, Barnard is the only fire department in Greece to provide paramedic first response, end quote. Of their average 3,500 calls for service per year, 77% are EMS related. In 1935, the Barnard Exempt Firemen's Association was founded to provide relief aid to disabled or indigent members and their families, to promote the volunteer department, and to foster camaraderie among current and former Barnard firefighters. Under New York state law, exempt in this case meant that the volunteer firefighters were exempt from jury duty, and although not in the town of Greece, from a small portion of their property taxes. In 1937, the exempts purchased a 16-acre tract on Maiden Lane to build not only a clubhouse for themselves, but also with the intention to turn it into the finest town small park in the state. They laid out a baseball diamond, set out tables and benches for picnics, and constructed fireplaces for hot dog and marshmallow roast. Over the years, the park and the party house have hosted thousands of functions. A staple of the Dewey-Stone area was the annual Barnard Carnival and Parade, a fundraiser for the fire district. Carnival was held every year from 1928 to 2016, attracting thousands of people. It has been replaced by Bands at Barnard, a series of summer music concerts. In 1957, 4 separate fire companies that served the Lakeshore communities joined together to form the Greece Lakeshore Fire District. They were the Braddock Heights Fire Department, Grandview Heights Fire Department, Crescent Beach Fire Department, and Lakeview Fire Company. In the early 1930s, Barnard and North Greece Fire Districts were under contract with the town to provide service to the shore communities. Barnard was responsible for Shoremont west of the city line to Island Cottage to the Buck Pond outlet, and the North Greece territory was from Crescent Beach west to Braddock's Heights, including Grandview Beach and Grandview Heights. But these areas also had their own fire departments. Like Barnard, concerned citizens formed a volunteer fire department at Braddock Heights in 1930. It was located on East Manitou Road at 2nd Street. Their nickname was the Swamp Rats. A new station was constructed circa 1965 at 35 Manitou Road. Today, it is no longer a fire station, but a studio home. Crescent Beach Fire Department was founded in 1934 as the Crescent Beach Protective Association, but changed its name to Crescent Beach Fire Department when it incorporated in 1936. It was located on Edgemere Drive. Their symbol was a half-asleep owl with the motto, "We never sleep." And Grandview Heights established their fire association in 1925 and incorporated in 1936, and was chartered by the New York State as a fire department in 1944. They were located at Loudon Point. Since they were not under contract with the town, they could not be supported by taxes. Each of these volunteer groups and their women's auxiliaries held frequent fundraisers, such as card parties, sauerkraut dinners, and annual carnivals. The funds raised were used to purchase firefighting equipment. In 1957, when they joined together, a new firehouse was constructed on Ling Road and called the Lakeview Fire Station. In 1983, the Crescent Beach Fire Station burned, and it was decided to replace it with a new building at 1 Long Pond Road. The new site was centrally located in the fire district and would provide, quote, a more efficient reaction and response in all directions, end quote. It became the first full-time staff station in the Lakeshore Fire District and was designated the headquarters. It eventually incorporated the Grandview Heights operation as well. The Loudon Point building closed in the late 1990s. The Ling Road Firehouse was replaced with a new building in 2012. As of 2018, the department had 11 full-time career firefighters and 41 volunteers. Unique to the Lakeshore Fire District, the department has 2 boats and crews trained in water rescue. The boats are assigned to the Ling Road Station. The fire department averages 1,000 calls for service per year. 67% are EMS related. In 2018, there were 13 events which required the rescue boat. All the Greece fire departments give mutual aid when required to other Greece fire districts, the city of Rochester, and neighboring towns. Most recently, Lakeshore District firefighters went to Buffalo to assist them after the Christmas weekend blizzard of 2022. Thanks for joining us this week. Next week, we will talk about some of the notable women in the history of Greece. This is Maureen Whalen, inviting you to join us next Tuesday for another Bicentennial Snapshot presented by the Greece Historical Society.
Want to learn more from the Greece Historical Society and Museum? Then click that subscribe button for more content and hit that bell icon to get notified when there's more Bicentennial Snapshots. You can visit us on the web at GreeceHistoricalSociety.org. You can find us on Facebook at Greece Historical Society, and you can stop in at the Greece Historical Society at 595 Long Pond Road.